The music people I have the most problem with, and what frustrates me, and probably is the reason I did this video in the first place, and because I'm not as mad about it today as I was like last week. The music people that bother me the most are quitters. And this is going to hit home. This is going to be the hot take of this video. Quitters never win. And music people who quit bother me no end. And guess what? This goes across the spectrum. I'm not talking about amateurs here, but I'm talking about pros that quit. I think there is some Venn diagram where there is like a line on one end, and is the line of how much talent someone has. And on the other side of the diagram is how hard it is to either work with them or get them to use their talent correctly. Finding someone who is supremely talented and easy to work with and keeps working is amazingly complicated and amazingly frustrating and exhausting. I have people who are pros that I've been working with for years that suddenly just quit in the middle of a job, or in the middle of, they're just not available anymore, or they just quit the music business because it's too hard and exhausting. And this goes down the line, right? It goes to from pros to semi-pros. Semi-pros are also bad because these are people who are not pros. They don't make their living from music, but maybe they have before, or they now have another job, and so they kind of do music on the side, but they do it kind of mid, and they just don't take it as seriously as you would want someone to take it. Listen, the people who come to work with me in my partner program, what you're going to find in me every day is this passion that I'm talking with right now. This is how I work on music. I've already told you how focused I am on it, and that if there's anything that I'm not exhausted about, it's music. Making the music. The music people who are pros or semi-pros, and then, of course, even amateurs or hobbyists who quit, it just hurts my heart. And it's something that I deal with on a daily basis. I deal with people every month who quit, who are starting down the road. And if you're a person who I've worked with before and you've had to pause and quit, please don't take this personally. This is not your fault. Many people quit because of many things. Sometimes it's just because of money. They can't afford to pay money anymore. People quit taxi every day because they can't afford it anymore. People quit a lot of things every day. And I'm not talking about quitting me or quitting taxi. I'm talking about quitting music, quitting doing professional work or striving to be a music pro. There are lots of reasons why people quit, and they're very personal. And again, I know this is going to be a hot take as far as, people who watch this video and saying, I've quit. Does that make me a bad person? No. But we're talking today about what frustrates me and probably what frustrates you. How many times have you been working with someone, maybe even in your hometown or in your church or whatever, and they just say, I'm not doing music anymore. I've just decided to start painting. There are people who have done great work for me that stop because they get burned out. Burnout is real. I get that. But it just saddens me. And it's not just because they quit paying me. The people that I'm talking about right now in my mind are people I pay that quit, that have promised me things, or I've promised them to other people, and because they're so talented and they've quit the music because they're doing something else. And they're, like I said, the more talented that I find people, the more crazy they are and the more unpredictable, and the more that they quit and they come back and then they quit and then they come back. And it's just exhausting, and I'm not like that. I've been doing music since I was 13 years old, and I haven't stopped. There was never a day ever in my career where I said, I'm going to stop doing music. I just don't want to do music anymore. I do tell people when they say, I think I want to quit doing music, then you know what we say in Nashville? You probably should quit. If you can quit, then you should. If it's not a calling, if it is not your focus, if it is not your life's goal to do music and do it in the best way you can, then go do something else. I know that's a hot take, and I know that's going to drive people off the video and get them mad, and I may get ugly comments, but go ahead, quit. But try to quit after the job is done that you promised. That would be great.